Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying into a very windy Saudi Arabia. This is episode 2 of my series on getting into motorsport here in Saudi, so welcome along. If you didn't watch the first video, go and check it out on this channel. I will put a link in the description. That gives a bit of an overview as to what this is all about, but basically this is me having a go at motorsport, trying to get involved. Rather than being grumpy about not being in the UK, I'm going to stick my head above the parapet and try and do some competition. So today we are at an autocross event. This is not competitive, this is just a little fun practice session, so we're just going to do some driving around, have a little bit of fun. If you watched the first video, you will know that I'm doing this in the Peugeot 208, which is not perfectly suited with its automatic transmission, but we will make do. As I said, this is just about having fun. You can also see that my old Clio 197 is here, so that's nice to see. I might try and get a little go in that later as well if possible, but as I said, this is very much about having fun. I suspect there might be a little bit of drifty poos happening at some point with a few of the cars here, so let's chuck in some B-roll to begin with, and then we'll have a go, have a little drive around and see what the course is like for me. So I have just done my first couple of runs. I've only done 2 so far, nothing too outrageous, just to have a little try and see what it's like. First thing I've noticed, as I said in the first video, the Peugeot is not well suited to this. It's actually a good car, it drives nicely, it handles reasonably well, I haven't pushed too hard so far. The problem is, of course, that it's an automatic gearbox. You can put it in manual mode and you can use the lever to go up and down, but it's just, you know, it's typical torque converter auto, a bit slow and not quite what you want. You know, it's not a dual clutch, and obviously a proper manual would be much better, but we will persist. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and chuck a little rip-off GoPro into the car so you can hopefully get some on board, and we'll see how we get on with a few more runs and just see how things develop. Time so far was about 33 seconds, and then one that was a smidge over 30 seconds. My old Clio, for reference, is doing about 28, so I'm a little bit behind that, but we'll see how things go. It's very early in the evening, so let's get back in the car and have some fun, shall we? So it's time for a status report as Majid's BMW starts another run. I think I'm finding the limitations of the car, unfortunately. I don't know, I'm a bit torn. I think there is more time in it, but I am being a little bit careful because I don't want to damage it. Obviously it's on finance and that would be a really stupid thing to do. So we started off just over the 30-second mark. I've done another 4 runs and I've got down to 29.1, so I've taken a second or so off. But I'm now hovering around that mark, so the one after that was a 29.4. So it's okay, it's gone in the right direction. Like I said, I'm not going nuts because I don't want to hurt the car and it's my everyday car, so I'm just taking this as kind of a fun experience rather than going nuts and pushing too hard. But like I said, we've gone in the right direction. I don't know why the camera's deciding to look over there. Maybe I should have set it to face tracking. That would have been smart, wouldn't it? But we didn't. So we're going in the right direction. I'm not going to go crazy, so I've not done loads of runs. I'll do a few more and see where we come out. But wouldn't it be nice? I'd be happy if I could just get under 29. So for context, the other cars here, my car is the slowest car here. So there is my old Clio 197, which I had a go in and was almost as fast as myself immediately, and reminded myself how much I love driving those cars. They are so much fun, and it just rotates so much better than the Peugeot, and obviously being manual is much easier to drive. That car that you can hear is a Civic FN2 Type R, which there's probably some B-roll of somewhere. So those cars are around the 27 mark for a run, so they're a couple of seconds quicker than me, which, I mean, these kinds of things aren't all about power, are they? Because it's relatively short, but, you know, I'm probably not a million miles off, given that my car's 130 horsepower. The next slowest car is basically 200 horsepower. You know, there's an M3 here and an M2, and they're doing 26 something. So I think that shows that there's a little bit left in the car, which is probably me holding back a little bit, but otherwise, you know, the gap is probably not that unreasonable. So we're going okay. Like I said, there'll be a few more runs. Hopefully the footage from the action cam is okay. I can't check it right now, so we'll have to see. So we'll see what happens. Time for a few more goes, maybe another go in the Clio if I get the chance, and let's go again, shall we? So there it is, we are done for the night. It's after midnight, well after midnight in fact, and it is time for me to go home. That is the wonderful thing about Saudi Arabia. Events like this tend to happen at night because the temperature is lower. We're actually on slightly higher ground than in Jeddah here, so the temperature is really nice in the mid-20s, so it's been very pleasant in that respect. Time-wise, my best today was 29.043. I'm frustrated because I really wanted to get under 29, but maybe the car has it in there, but I don't seem to today on my first attempt, which is a bit of a shame. The big issue I was having is that I discovered quite early on that for some reason the car is switching traction control back on very early in each run. So if you look at the kind of second, maybe third corner, I suppose you could call it, which is a long right-hander, at that point the car decides that it doesn't want its traction control to be off anymore, and it switches it back on, and from there things go a bit downhill. So I was losing a lot of time on the exit of that corner, and then there's another quite long left-hander which I was losing a lot of time on the exit as well, because the car was just cutting the power and just doing weird things, so it just felt like you were kind of losing all of your momentum. So that was a bit of a shame, but overall I'm quite pleased. It's been a lot of fun. That was the main thing. That was the entire point of this evening, to just come and have fun, have a laugh and enjoy myself, and I most definitely did that. It was nice to meet up with people again and just be around car people, because it's been a while obviously with the closure of the venue in Jeddah that I talked about in the last video. So it's really, really good to be back messing with cars, driving again, and just having some fun really. So I really enjoyed it, and that is the point of all this, isn't it? If it's not fun, why do we do it? So that was really good. Things to take from it: I definitely have some learning to do in terms of driving, managing. I think just managing my inputs. I think I can be a bit over aggressive at times, so there's probably something to be learned there. Smooth equals fast and all that stuff. And definitely, if I'm going to keep on doing this, I am going to need a more suitable car, something that doesn't have any driver aids, or if it does have them, that you can actually switch them off and they stay off, because that is a real problem. So I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope you have enjoyed this first look into my Saudi motorsport adventure, even though this is the second episode. I had a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoyed the ride. I'm not sure what the next episode will be. I don't know if I'll do another event in the Peugeot, or if I'll wait and do something with a new car when I can get one, so you'll have to wait and see what happens. Do make sure you like and subscribe and follow this little journey of mine. Obviously you're welcome to comment below and tell me how bad I am, because I accept that I am quite bad, because I'm quite inexperienced. It's been a long time since I've driven on track, apart from the rally last year, which was in a very different car. Before that, it had been a while since I'd done any track days or anything, so definitely a bit rusty. But yeah, make sure you like and comment, as I said, and follow me over on socials, and I will see you again in the next one.